Welcome. Today I have a very special guest with me who is an international athlete turned fitness and lifestyle nutritionist. She has studied Ahara Shastra and worked with Rujita Divekar, who is a nutrition expert. And her clients, they are business leaders, film celebrities, sports icons, students, and homemakers like me. I'm also her client. So let's give a warm welcome to Smitha Shetty. Welcome.
Thank, thank you so much, Suvarna, and I'm so happy to be here. I feel very, very happy and grateful to be with you here at this moment.
Thank you. So let me start with some questions. So, how did you get into this nutrition and fitness field?
Well, like you said, I'm an athlete and I've been practicing and playing judo since I am 16. So when you get into a sports, automatically your coach, your friends who are in judo, uh, it kind of streamlines and unknowingly or knowingly you are into fitness and nutrition because if you want to become, if you have a target in sports, then you have to take care of your diet and you exercise, your sleep, all of these. So I think, judo is what got me into fitness and nutrition.
Wow. So, how many years it has been then?
Wow, many years because I started judo when I was 16. So it is easily, around 15, 20 years now. Yes.
Wow. That's many years. So, what attracted you toward the ancient food wisdom? So, there are so many varieties of diets and nutritions that people follow across the globe, and but you are attracted to the ancient food wisdom. So, what is that? What made you get attracted to that?
So when, again, going back to judo. So when you are practicing judo, what do you really get to eat? You get to eat ghar ka khana, right? And you're not doing some exotic stuff because, probably when I started judo, maybe, I did not have all the facilities, all the infrastructure. Even I didn't even have access to, some kind of international nutrition or whatever. Whatever you had to eat was everything homemade, right? My mother made an extra effort because when I started judo, I was very thin and very fragile, right? So I had to increase my weight, and the whole world is trying to lose weight. At that point I was trying to gain weight, and whatever I ate would not make sense that because I would not gain weight. So what happened was, when I started practicing judo, at the same time I started practicing, or say reading scriptures, right? So the first book which I got was Bhagavad Gita. And
Oh,
when I started reading Bhagavad Gita, when I was going through it, I realized there's so much wisdom into it. And that is how my interest developed, because there are sections in Bhagavad Gita which is specifically talking about diet, food. So that really caught my mind, and it says it very few and simple things you had to do. And of course, just by doing these few simple things, I gained weight, what my target. But of course, after a point
oh.
I could not gain weight.
Hmm.
I could not gain my weight, but yeah. So that is how I got attracted to Indian food wisdom. It's mainly and purely through Bhagavad Gita.
So, what is that main teaching of Gita which attracted you? Like, what are those sections in the Gita that attracted you?
I think the one thing which really, really stayed with me and which really attracted me was law of karma.
Hmm.
But other than that, which really attracted me were the segment of where Krishna is talking about how one can be a yogi. So,
Hmm.
judo is also said it's a spiritual practice. Okay, so
Oh,
eventually you're supposed to be, yeah, the whole idea is that you have to get your focus together. You have to be so, aligned with what you really want in judo also.
hmm.
That practice also takes you to a different level. It is said that, there are spiritual benefits also when you practice these martial arts,
Oh.
right? So in a sense I could relate to it, and I felt that it's talking about yoga, or that kind of attention, the union, right?
Hmm.
And there are very beautiful verses by Krishna where he's saying that who are yogis, what is that, what you need to strike a very good balance and become a yogi. So these are the verses which really attracted me. But yeah, other than that, I think the law of karma, which Krishna really talks, is what attracted. But Swarna, the beauty is that every time I read Bhagavad Gita, something new comes up, a new perspective comes. So
Mm.
I think that is what has always helped me to stay aligned with my practice, my judo practice, and the principles of ancient wisdom. So that is what is with me till even today.
Which section is talking about the nutrition, that, nutrition part in the Gita that,
If I'm not wrong, then it is chapter 6. Dhyan Yoga is where, Krishna is talking about how you can be a yogi, and, how you're supposed to be acting if you're a yogi. Generally, people have a very weird concept about being a yogi, like, someone who doesn't stay, someone who does not sleep the whole night, who does not eat food whole day, like crazy tapasya. But Krishna is talking about balance, that how you should sleep on time, how you should eat your food on time, how should you have time to relax a little bit, so
Mm.
all this is what makes it so practical and so amazing.
Wow, wow. So do you find them actually, of course, this particular section about eating, sleeping that you mentioned, yes, that's like really practical. And but what about implementing them actually,
It is, it is not so complicated if you ask me, because if you are very sure that what is your goal in life, I mean, if you ask me, then at that point of time, maybe medals were my goal, right?
Mhm.
Winning the matches, looking at it, it would not think, oh, it's spiritual, right? But I
Mm.
think life is like that. So suppose if today my goal is, okay, I want to make most of my life or most of my time, or my goal is to make a lot of money, or my goal is to be healthy, right? So these are our real time goals, right? Now when these kind of books, like not just Bhagavad Gita but Ahar Shastra and different kind of these books, actually help us to, actually they give us a little more clarity on how to achieve these. Because
Mm.
at times what happens is, you feel there is no balance. When I'm trying to achieve health, I am not being able to make enough money, or I'm not able to have a good relationship, or I am not spiritually happy, right? But if a person, or if there is a guide who can actually help you to understand Bhagavad Gita or any other book like Ahar Shastra, because you need someone to teach, like Ahar Shastra also, there's this lady Leena Modi who actually helped me to understand Ahar Shastra better, right? So
Mm.
you need someone who's going to help you to understand these scriptures, or these
Text.
literature,
Mm.
by text, by which you're able to do better. Like you will be able, what really does is it helps you in taking better decisions in life, and I think that is what is needed, right?
Mm. So at the age of 16, Smita, tell me, did you not feel odd getting into all these Bhagavad Gita? And, you know, always it's said that you read Bhagavad Gita when you get old. So, being a city girl and, learning judo, and how did you, how did you, get into this Bhagavad Gita? How did you find it?
Yeah, maybe when I think back, probably, you're right, because, when you're 16, people think that something is a little off with you. But I'll tell you what, if your goals are very clear, like, while I was 16, my goal was very simple. I want to do good with my education, and
Mm.
I want to win medals, right?
Oh.
Now, if you understand,
Mm.
spirituality is very simple. It is not saying that सब कुछ छोड़ दो, सब छोड़ के तुम सिर्फ यही करो. Nowhere
Mm.
is Krishna really saying this, or nowhere any of the scriptures really talk this, right? So
Mm.
if you are very sure that what are your goals, and then based on that, if you ask me, I never felt off. Maybe people around me started feeling off. I don't know what happened, but trust me, after so many years today, people people respect for what I did when I was 16, right? Because
Mm.
people feel that I have, I have good knowledge about few things, and I think I would want to purely give this credit to, my teachers, my mentors, and my guides, because it is not possible for you to assimilate all this, and hence it becomes difficult. It will be bad that if I really do not share my the real credits who it should go to. So I would say not just mentors, teachers, my friends who were in my college during that time, who helped me with so many things, my judo friends who are always there to practice with me, my coach, my parents, my mother especially, my so everybody. It's not just one person who actually makes you or breaks you, it's the whole ecosystem which actually helps you to go ahead, right? So yeah, so like I said, I never felt off reading these books, because it actually helped me to be more clear, it helped me to take better decisions, and it helped me to keep going. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the whole journey.
Fantastic. All the youngsters should hear this. Hmm. So you never felt that this was like an opposing thing to the, your field of sport? Never,
Hmm.
never, ever.
No. So not the books, not the text ever. But what happens is, I belong to a very different segment of society. Like I have a surname as Shetty, right? So
Hmm.
at times, initially, it was difficult for my extended family to understand that what am I really doing. But because, like I said, but because I was constantly doing good with my studies and achieving medals throughout,
Hmm.
it was still okay. But yeah, otherwise in my mind there was no conflict that, oh, what am I doing, is it two, are these two opposite things which I'm trying to achieve? No, I never felt that.
Okay, so tell me that you have been studying Bhagavad Gita, like you said, from many years. So, what are the three takeaways from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, like that you feel?
Like one thing is this, like I said, law of karma. I feel that whatever you do is going to come back to you.
Hmm.
Two is that no matter what, no matter what, all the time you're protected and you're loved, no matter what.
Hmm.
A lot of time people fail to understand that, because people are constantly hankering for acceptance and love, right? So
Mhm.
no matter what, you're constantly loved and you're constantly protected.
Hmm.
Okay. And third is that it helps, the third thing which really Bhagavad Gita helped me is better decision making in life. So I think these are the
Wow.
three things which I would say that you can, I
If
mean,
you
this is
have
what my
more, you can
understanding is.
share. If you have.
No, it is amazing. So whatever field you are in and whatever you want to go ahead, you
Hmm.
will find that Bhagavad Gita is a very practical, very amazing book, because unlike what people think, actually Krishna is actually encouraging Arjuna to fight. He's not saying just stay away, all this is not for you.
Hmm.
So what else? Like if you're practicing judo, which is all about fighting on the mat, and someone is completely supporting you, what else do you need?
Hmm. So it's very interesting what you said. What I drew from this little conversation is that, whatever we are doing, we don't have to change our action. You only have to change the mindset. That's it. This is the key, isn't it? Yes or
Yes,
no?
totally. Because yeah,
Yeah, I
because
mean, that's
mind,
what, yeah.
yeah. If you're fixed, like I said, that if you're fixed in what you really want in life,
Hmm.
everything becomes easy, because then you know that that is what you're approaching, that is what you want, and you want to get it right.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
then everything becomes easy. And like I said, Bhagavad Gita actually helps you to see what is really good for you and not good for you, because at times probably I want, maybe my intentions are not so good, I don't know, everybody can have different goal. But at times you may not be clear that whether that goal is favorable or not favorable for you and for society in large, right?
Hmm.
And that is where Bhagavad Gita comes in picture, because that helps you to understand what is right and what is wrong. And then it helps you to keep, it helps you to keep going on with your with whatever you're doing. So today when I'm talking about nutrition to people, I know that my intention is clear. I just want to pass whatever is written in the in our in our modern in our ancient text, and what I really try and do is I keep upgrading myself with the modern science, what is happening, right? And then I try to get the closest understanding between two and offer it to my clients, my friends, my family, because
So,
that is what is needed. So what happens is these scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, it helps me to keep my intention straight, it helps me to deliver the right thing, and it helps me to move ahead with confidence.
hmm. So, from how long you have been a vegetarian, or are you vegetarian from birth?
No, like I said, I belong to a very beautiful community, which actually, they do not believe in being vegetarian, because probably understanding is not so clear. But there are a lot of Shetties these days who are vegetarian. So
Hmm.
yeah, by birth I am not a vegetarian,
Hmm.
but like I said, at 16 when I started reading Bhagavad Gita and things started changing in my life, I realized that what is meat eating, what is vegetarianism, and why is it so important.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that is how I stopped eating meat. So the other question, which is aligned to this one, even before you ask,
Hmm.
is this that a lot of people say, oh, because so when you were vegetarian, when you turn vegetarian, so did you have any problem with your with your match or the sport? But the fact is, no, I never had any issue just because I turned to a vegetarian. Never. Constantly I would eat very good meal, which was cooked at home, all vegetarian. And in fact, each year I became stronger and stronger and stronger.
Hmm.
Of course, like I said earlier, also, I would like to give credit to my coaches, my judo colleagues who had a lot of patience, my family, my mom. So it is not about just one thing. In fact, I remember that, there was one Hakim ji, you know, he said once, because, someone told him, oh, she's a vegetarian. So, he was very, very kind to say this, that, it is not about being vegetarian or not vegetarian. It was simple. He told in Hindi that आप जिस नियत से खाना खाते हो, आप जिस नियत से निवाला उठाते हो, बस आपको वही मिल जाता है. So I was so touched, because it is so difficult for people, for at that point, to explain that, listen, I am a vegetarian. But it was simple. What he meant was that if you're eating food with full faith and confidence and gratitude, it will give you strength and it will give you everything that you need. And I think
Hmm.
that is what happened with me too. So food was never a barrier in what I was trying to achieve in my life.
So, what do you suggest to your clients regarding
So,
vegetarianism? Do you
no.
like support them with the meat eating, or do you tell them that being vegetarian is much more will help them lead a better life, a better quality life? So, what are you suggesting to your clients?
No, if someone is meat eater, there's no point forcing anybody to do anything. And my job as a nutritionist is not to tell people to be vegetarian or not to be, not to be a non-vegetarian, right? My job is to help them with proper understanding of nutrition, giving them best of what they like. I always tell my clients that eat what you really like, but I do help them channelize, because modern science is proving that how meat eating can be very taxing to our body. Forget spiritual aspect. Even if you're
Mm.
looking for a physical growth, you want to be healthy, then you need to eat food in a very systematic order. So I help my clients, irrespective vegetarian, non-vegetarian, I help them channelize things properly. And eventually I think when you start connecting to your body, you do realize what is good for you and what is not good for you. So there is no aspect of me telling them just have vegetarian. That's not what I really do. But yes, I guide them to how to really eat properly and move on in getting better quality of life.
Hmm. Bhagavad Gita talks about food in different modes, right? Three different modes. So, what is your say about that as a nutritionist?
It is totally practical, and I think everybody, all the scientists, agree today. So I always say that your eating habit should be aligned with what is your goal in life.
Hmm.
Okay, so if if you've chosen that you want to just be dull and you don't want to really do things, then you will automatically choose food like that. Probably you're into substance, or you eat stale food, or you eat burnt food, right? So it makes you dull. It makes, or you're too much into tea or too much into caffeine because you want to be like, alert without really eating. What happens is, that is what we talk, the mode of ignorance, because you're not sure that what are you doing for your body, and end of the day you eat food which is not going to keep you happy. So in long term, what happens is you gain a lot of diseases like heartburn, you have acidity, all of these kind of stuff. Now people who are very passionate, like they want to win medals or they want to be very alert and all of those, automatically they would want to eat something which is going to keep them that way, right? So then your food group will automatically be more rajasic. But someone who is looking for a yogic kind of a lifestyle or want to have a very optimum health, so they would look for sattvic. So eventually what I've seen even in my clients is that they opt for better quality of food because they understand and they see the difference. These different segment of Bhagavad Gita, which is talking about food, which is talking about sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, about mainly about food, actually you start seeing in your own life. And any human being who wants to make the best of their life, they would want to go for better quality of food, better ingredients. They would want to have good amount, good understanding about food, and not just calorie. Because like for example, if you're eating a fast food, pizza, okay, and as compared to that you're eating some good ghar ka khana, dal chawal, right? Now everybody knows that when you eat pizza, next morning it is so difficult for you to clear your stomach. You spend more time in the washroom. Whereas when you're eating ghar ka khana, you're comfortable, you're feeling light, and you feel very energetic next morning, right? So something which comes from out, which is not so fresh, is of course tamasic, and something which is made at home is sattvic.
Hmm. See, there is a saying, na, you are what you eat, isn't it?
Yes, there is. But my friend Shubha from Sattvic Movements, she's is saying that you are what you ate. And I think I can totally relate to it, because whatever you
Yeah,
are
yes,
today
yes,
is,
you are what you ate. The whole
yeah,
physical
yeah,
body is like
yes,
accumulation of what
yes.
food you have eaten all these days and years and months. So that's a thing. Yes, you are what you ate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I feel, wow, she has coined a right thing, to say that, you are what you ate. And it makes all the sense, because it is not about what you're eating right now, but whatever you have done in past. And today when scientists are talking that, how your health will be in your 50s and 60s is based on what you're doing in your 20s and 30s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're careful, if you're doing very good thing for your body, you will be protected in future. And yeah, of course, aging is process, but aging gracefully is beautiful. You would want to be as fit and move around and look pretty and be energetic. You want your brain and your body to function to the best of its ability. So all that everybody wants, whoever is looking to have a very optimal life, they would want to have all this. Why not? And you deserve it. I mean, you deserve all this. The thing is that you just have to find that few right professionals who are going to help you do this. There are no shortcuts. So if someone is thinking that I am going to lose weight in 5 days or 2 months, or I am going to become rich just by investing in some stock, or just by doing something nice, my relationship is going to work. No, there are no shortcuts for anything, including your spiritual life. So yes, sadhana or practice or tapas is everywhere, and you have to do this throughout.
Wow, that was nice, insight. Thank you for that. So, what's your message for my audience today, Smitha?
Just find what is your calling and follow that. Follow your heart, because your heart will never fail you. And of course, try and have best mentors, guides, who are going to guide you and take your head and help you achieve your goals.
And regarding nutrition, you have any message for them?
Um, I would say eat right,
Mhm.
okay, and exercise smart, sleep sound, live happy. If you follow these four things, you will be super healthy, and you'll be, you will enjoy the quality of life. Ahar Shastra says that there are only two reasons why you eat food. One, to enjoy the taste of it and you feel that satisfaction. Two, you never become dependent on anybody till the last day of your life, because I think that is the hardest part of our life, where we are dependent on someone constantly, like old age. And even some people are so young, they get cancer and xyz, and sometimes your mother is taking care, mother is taking care of a child, and I mean, I've seen they don't feel really good about it, right? So Ahar Shastra's message is very simple, that eat in such a way that you're not dependent on someone till the last day of your life. So try to
Wow,
do as much as possible, and the rest, universe will guide you.
that's a profound statement. So, how can my audience contact you?
Oh, through social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Maybe
I
you
am there.
can send me the links and I can put it in the description box.
I would love to do that.
Yeah. So, thank you, Smitha. I'm grateful to you for spending your precious time with me today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me here, and asking me these wonderful questions. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.